If you want to remove objects in Photoshop quickly and cleanly, this tutorial is going to walk you through the easiest, non-destructive method using the Clone Stamp tool. This is perfect for removing distracting items from a photo, cleaning up backgrounds, or fixing small problem areas without ruining the original image. And if this helps you out, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more Photoshop tutorials like this. Let's jump in. First, open your image in Photoshop and create a brand new layer. You can do that by clicking the plus icon at the bottom of the Layers panel. This step is important because it keeps your edits non-destructive. That means you're not painting directly onto the original photo, so if you make a mistake, you can always adjust or delete the layer without damaging your base image. Now, select the Clone Stamp tool. You can find it in the left toolbar with the stamp icon, or simply press S on your keyboard to activate it faster. Once the tool is selected, look up at the Options bar at the top of your screen, because this is where you'll fine-tune the tool before you start painting. The first setting you need to change is the Sample dropdown. Set it to Current and Below. This tells Photoshop to sample from the image underneath your new empty layer, which is exactly what you want when you're working non-destructively. If you skip this step, the Clone Stamp tool may not behave the way you expect. Next, make your brush edges soft. Right-click on the canvas and set the hardness to 0%. A soft brush helps the cloned area blend naturally into the surrounding pixels, which makes the removal look much smoother and less noticeable. For most object removal work, a soft edge gives you the cleanest result. Now it's time to define your source point. This is the area Photoshop will copy from. Find a clean section of your background that matches the texture, lighting, and color behind the object you want to remove. This part matters a lot because the better your source area matches, the more realistic the final result will look. Once you've found a good source point, hold down Alt on Windows or Option on Mac. Your cursor will change into a target, and then you can click once to sample that clean area. That tells Photoshop exactly where to copy pixels from. After that, release the Alt or Option key and move your brush over the unwanted object. Now simply click and drag to paint over it. As you paint, Photoshop will copy the clean pixels from your sampled source point directly over the object, blending it into the surrounding area. Take your time here and work slowly, especially around edges, shadows, and textured backgrounds. If the object is large, don't try to remove everything with one source point. A very important tip for getting better results is to change your source point frequently. Just hold Alt or Option again, click a new clean area, and continue painting. This helps prevent repeating patterns from becoming obvious, which is one of the biggest giveaways when using the Clone Stamp tool. Also, if the background has a lot of detail, keep adjusting your source point to match the exact area you're repairing. Small changes make a big difference. For example, if you're removing something from grass, walls, fabric, or pavement, sampling nearby areas often helps you preserve the natural texture much better. If you make a mistake, don't worry. Because you're working on a separate layer, it's easy to fix. You can undo, switch source points, or lower the brush size to clean up smaller sections more accurately. The key is to build the removal gradually rather than forcing it all at once. Once the unwanted object is gone, zoom out and inspect the image to make sure the edit blends well. If needed, do a few final touch-ups with the Clone Stamp tool until the area looks natural and seamless. And that's how to remove objects in Photoshop using a simple, safe, and effective workflow. Create a new layer, choose the Clone Stamp tool, set your sample options correctly, sample a clean area, and paint over the object while changing your source points as needed. If this tutorial helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Photoshop tip. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.